Looking live at Ottawa here, MPs worked late into the night to pass legislation to end the dock workers' strike at the Port of Montreal. The vote passed just before 2 o'clock Eastern.
Yeas pour 255, 255. Nays contre 61, 61.
Je déclare la motion adoptée.
I declare the motion carried.
There it was, the moment, 255 to 61, and off it goes to the Senate, which is supposed to be scheduled to deal with the matter tomorrow. But Janice McGregor is in Ottawa today to give us the very latest. Overnight hours, as I said, just before 2. How did this all unfold, Janice?
Well, in the end, Heather, the opposition Conservatives agreed with the point that the Liberal government was making, that this country could not afford to have its second busiest port shut down while the pandemic continues to disrupt and stress out supply chains. Now, the latest dispute with these workers was triggered by a scheduling issue last week. The two sides did have a truce going until last March, but the collective agreement that the dock workers had expired actually at the end of December 2018. So it's been quite a while that they've been due to reach an agreement with their employer. But as Labour Minister Philomena Tassi said last weekend when the government served notice of this back-to-work legislation, the two sides really are far apart. They did have 2 days of what were characterized as last-ditch negotiations on Monday and Tuesday, but the Maritime Employers Association did leave the table late in the day on Tuesday as it became more apparent that it would actually be Parliament that would be shutting down this work stoppage. The Quebec government was on board with this legislation, as was the City of Montreal, both of them putting on pressure. This is the second job action in less than a year by the Montreal Longshore Workers Union. Last summer, a series of single-day work stoppages followed by a 10-day strike cost Canada's economy about $600 million, according to Statistics Canada. Nobody wanted a repeat of that this time, and so despite criticism from the NDP and the Bloc that the government was being too heavy-handed here, this legislation now moves to end the strike. It will extend the previous collective agreement for a time, but both sides now forced into arbitration to reach a new one.
I mentioned the next stage, and this comes tomorrow, comes Friday. Tell us about when this moves on to the Senate, Janice.
Yeah, senators are scheduled to sit very quickly to deal with this bill. The House of Commons only debated this for 2 days before kind of jamming it through. The senators, too, could decide to deal with this very quickly. However, they're under no obligation to. So I guess we'll see if they feel that this has had enough debate and the need for this is clear and apparent enough, or if they do feel it needs some closer scrutiny.
Janice, thank you very much.